Isabella, hey, congratulations on your new project, Turtles All the Way Down.
Thank you, Gig. I really appreciate it.
So tell us what initially drew you to this project.
Well, the script is so powerful and strong on its own. And I think the journey that this movie has had to being at the stage where it is now, where it's finally coming out, is a good, also a good indicator of how of the quality of it. It's been 9 years in the making, I think, at least. This movie has been passed around like a hot potato between studios, and finally it's found its home at Max. And I think that it's perfect, perfect timing.
Now, this is your second venture into the John Green universe itself. What is that like for you, and what is your love for his storytelling?
John Green and I connected for sure more than we ever have during this filming process. And our friendship still stands, and I'm very, very, very honored to be considered a friend of his. He is an amazingly talented person. I would never say this to his face, but no, I'm kidding. I think I really, at this point, we're just at the stage of our friendship where we just mess with each other and make fun of each other in a very calm way. But I'd say this character, out of all of his characters, is the one that I relate to the most. And I'm very familiar with his books. But it's interesting. We just took a BuzzFeed quiz together, and John and I both got that out of all the John Green characters, we are both Aza Holmes, which I think is hilarious because I was cast as her and he wrote her. And I'd say this is his most like raw and honest depiction of himself through any character he's ever made.
So how is Aza relatable to you? It's because she goes through many different things, especially even mental illness with OCD and anxiety.
Where do I begin? We both can zone out completely in the middle of a conversation due to our anxious thoughts crawling in and taking over our presence or ability to be present. We also we're also very positive actually about the struggles that we face. I think we both have a positivity. Our brains work faster than our mouths, and we cherish our friendships and our relationships and constantly work hard to better them and make sure that the people in our lives know that we love them.
When you play these type of characters as an actress, how do you turn them off at the end of the day?
When I play, well, I think the turning off process is not just at the end of the day. I think it's during the day. During lunch, I like to take naps, and reset my brain, sort of. When you take a good nap, you sort of feel like a new person when you wake up. I find that my sweet spot is during lunchtime, and I feel refreshed and like a newborn baby. But also on set, I think even when we're filming the extreme scenes, the ones that are difficult, for example, the hospital scene, I don't want to give any spoilers, but that one's, in my opinion, the climax of the movie. Um, I would say that if you were to get some BTS footage from somewhere, you would see that I'm very playful and I like to joke around and I like to keep a sort of that sort of energy up in between the intense takes, because I think it's important to save sort of a reserve of your energy, and especially your darker energy, just for when you're rolling. And I don't think a lot of actors have their own process, but mine is not to stay in it all day and all the time.
One last thing with you, Isabella. Every time I see you in the movie, you seem to develop a certain friendship and chemistry with every cast you make. I mean, how do you pull this off? Is this all genuine?
Yeah, you know what? That's actually a very interesting question because I recently got that feedback. A friend of mine who I recently made and got closer to was like, I gotta be honest, Isabella, when I first met you, I was thrown off because you were nice to everyone, and I think that's weird, and I was wondering if you were fake. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I've never heard that before, but that makes sense because I do genuinely love people. I'm very invested in people and finding out the intricacies of their lives, their dispositions, their quirks, and my fascination with them never ends. I think actors are also very special people who are able to be personable but honest and also guarded in a way. And because I know that they're guarded before, actually getting to know them, I like to see how deep I can get into their psyche and the way they run their lives.
Well said. Well, it's a pleasure meeting you with you, and thank you for carrying this conversation with us for Turtles All the Way Down. Thank you.
Thank you, Gig, and I'm really glad you enjoyed the movie.
You
Or
did.
you did, right? I don't know. I'm putting that on to you. Okay, amazing. Thank you. Thank you.